We're gonna resume this game. Do you see this? Do you know this game? You know this one? I know this one. It's time to sit back, relax, and have 2 hours of a dopamine spike, and then go back to work. Hooray! Alright. You know what really sucks? So I effectively went to bed at like 11 o'clock or something, right? I went to bed pretty early. I wasn't really feeling like existing. But then I woke up at like 4 a.m. and this is not the first time this has happened. This happens a lot, actually. If I go to bed at any time before like 12:30, I will wake up. I will wake up at 4 a.m. and I will be like, well, it's clearly too early to like do anything. So I have to go back to bed. And sometimes going back to bed is very difficult. And then sometimes I manage and then other times I don't. But I managed today and I actually set like 6 alarms. I had alarms set from like 8:10 all the way to 9:30. And I remember my proletariat. What? Proletariat. Definition. Refers to the wage-earning working class. The social class of wage earners. What? 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 I mean, that was acid armor. That was acid armor. But I guess it's the goon squad coming together. It's a mistranslation of disperse. Oh. Why would dispersing increase your defense? Wouldn't dispersing increase your evasion? Anyway, what was I saying? Right, so I managed to, like, my brain and my hands are capable of hitting the snooze button on my phone with, like, perfect aim. And I just kind of did that for, like, an hour. And you know what? I don't mind too much. It would have been nice to get up at 8, I suppose. But I got up at 10. I got back home at 11. I had some chicken thigh. I did my workout. I did my workout first. Then I had some chicken thighs. And then I did art practice. And then I did art practice, and it was, well, you know how it goes. Here's the thing. Despite how long I've been doing this shit, the amount of time I've actually spent on what you would consider, like, basics is pretty minimal. To the degree that when I try to do these things, despite the so-called experience, the result is kind of miserable. And the issue comes from the combination of amount of time spent, and then the results coming out not being up to par. But, like, it's kind of like, imagine you did squats. Imagine you did squats for like 3 months straight. And that's all you did. Your entire workout was just squats. And then suddenly you were like, alright, I'm gonna do push-ups. And you try to do a push-up, and you cannot do a single push-up. And then you think to yourself, what the fuck is this bullshit? This is bullshit. I should be able to do push-ups. I can't do push-ups. I hate this. This isn't fair. This doesn't make any sense. That's currently what I'm experiencing. Is that I've done something in one regard, and then I'm trying to do something in a completely different regard, and it's not working. It's not, oh, I should say it's not working as instantly as you'd expect it to based on the amount of total experience. But, like, at the same time, I'm doing this just in case she did endure. At the same time, it's like different skill sets need to be learned. You know how little I do gesture? You know how much I hate gesture? Every time I try gesture, it makes me want to throw my fucking tablet out the window. It's pretty bad. I hate it. I hate it because I don't understand it. But because I don't understand it, I have difficulties. So, like, I need to do it, but then I don't do it, and then I fucking, like, ugh. But I never practice it, and then somehow I expect results from it, and then I don't get results, and then I quit, and then I go do something else, and I've done that multiple times. But why did that knock off my leftovers? What? Whatever. So another aspect of that is I have not like drawn an image that wasn't just like a direct reference in a long time. I hope I didn't lose my leftovers. Okay, I'm kidding. Like, it's a weird thing to say, but like genuinely, people usually just banging out shit. Quality or not, they're actually banging out shit and learning from it. Me, I just do redraws. That's it. The amount of things I've actively tried to do myself is pretty middling. So when I'm actually trying to do one now, it's kind of miserable because I have no real skill set and experience from doing so. And that needs to change, and the only way to change that is to do it, which means I am going to suffer a lot. That's what I'm gonna have to die, Yosei. But no, genuinely, it's an issue that I have, and it is restricting me in terms of like learning ability, because there's just aspects that I am refusing to put time into, and then I'm expecting like immediate results in these areas based on experience in different areas, and it causes this brain short circuit. And the result is I actively avoid doing things because I fear the failure that comes with it, because I know the failure is going to come with it, and then I never make any progress in it, and then I don't make any progress towards what I want to do, and then I don't get to do anything at all, and then I cry about it. Boo! Yeah. Combo trial without the fundamentals. Kinda. Like, you could sit there and do the fucking combo trials in a fighting game for hours. Like, wow, I know how to do this combo now. And then you play a real match and your opponent moves. Like, good fucking luck, bro. That did exactly half. Suddenly, my opponent is moving, so I don't know how to initiate my combo on them anymore. And that is quite, that's pretty much what happens. To use Smash as an example, Luigi is a good example of that, where Luigi, like, people will practice Luigi 0 to death, where he gets a grab and he can kill you off it, and obviously it's a good thing to know how to do because it's a very effective strategy. But you'll notice that, like, with online, if you play online or you watch people who play online, there's a lot of Luigi players that will show up that their ability to play the game is not that great. Their neutral is rough, their disadvantage is bad. They don't really have a real advantage state. But if they get a down throw, they know exactly what they have to do to kill you off of it. So that's it. If they get the down throw, they got you. But any other, getting the down throw is very difficult. They don't really understand. They don't really understand how to play neutral or anything like that. So they've practiced a skill, but in a real environment, it's not working. They don't have any experience with it. So that's how that goes. So to relate it to what art for me is I've been doing, again, I'm doing a lot of redraws, a lot of paying attention to references, and I'm getting things from them. But then it's like, all right, now go apply that knowledge to something that you want to draw, and suddenly I'm like Patrick with the fucking board nailed to his head, because it's like, wow, cool. I did all these things that they're not helpful, but they're not like, there's too many aspects that I don't have experience in because I actively avoid doing the thing I need to do to gain experience. Why did I run into a Layla in here? Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna catch it. In other words, I'm aware of my shortcomings, and I still lose to them anyway. Because the brain is a big fucking gooey blob of bullshit. Oi. Performance is uproar. And she killed herself with curse. I didn't even know she could do that. Alright. Okay. But yeah, that's where I am, so... I need to change that, obviously. But it's hard. It's hard, man, because it's scary. Bonica that puts on a beautiful dance. It's scary to take on things that you know you're gonna fail, but like without failure, you're never going to succeed. Because, well, if you could just succeed without failing, then what the fuck were you doing? Seriously, how'd you do that? Share your secrets. There we go. Alright. Ghost decided never leave home for held too many memories. True. Yeah, like, you gotta make things and you gotta suck and you gotta look at them and you gotta accept that they're not that great, they didn't turn out that well, and you gotta move on to the next one. Take what you learned. And that's just how that's gonna go. But, like I said, I'm actively avoiding that. Here's the thing that I noticed, alright? So, the references that I use are, like, drawings. Right? They're drawings, and I'm pretty decent at converting, like, my observation ability is pretty decent to where I can convert what I'm seeing onto paper pretty accurately without too many major issues. But here's something I noticed. Trying to do that with a real person is significantly harder. Because when converting a real image to a drawing, there's a lot of creative liberties you need to take. Simplification of details, finding details and simplifying them in a way that's readable and interesting, but not completely covering the image. I don't know how to do that very well because I don't use real references, like, ever. So when I'm looking at something and it's like, okay, look at these clothes, look at these folds. It's like if I see how somebody does it in an image, I'm already seeing how they applied it to an image scenario. I'm not seeing how it's applied from the reference itself. So it's a matter of figuring, I need to figure out how to read a real reference and apply it. Which is, it's surprisingly tough. I'm trying. I'm not gonna show you because fuck you. But I'm trying. Alright, I really am trying. It's not going particularly well by my own standards, I suppose. But I don't think it's really fair to say that because my standards are ludicrously high. And they have no real right to be, because I have not earned that. But that doesn't matter. So why are you picking this up to throw it, streamer? Because I just feel like it's necessary. But like I said, I need to just do it. I need to just do it, and even though it's gonna feel like a living hell for a while, because it always does. It's not the first time I tried. I always fucking, like, I can get like a week in, and then it gets me. I get like a week in and then it gets me, and it really sucks. Cause it's like I'm right there on the cusp of building the habit properly, and then my ass gives up. Cause I lost the mental battle. What are we doing here? I lost the mental battle. Why did I do this? I know you wanted to recreate the Johto region, but why did you do this? Oh, I have to run all the fuck way back. Alright, ding, 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 ding. Summertime. I am still gonna use my stream time to do, I'm still gonna use my stream time to do, like, reference redraws. Because, like I said, I don't think those are incorrect. I don't think, like, those are bad things to do. But there's how to act, like, I'm ignoring the part where you apply them. And as a result, I can't really apply them because I can't really even get the basics down for where you would want to apply them. and it's messy. It's a messy situation that I need to correct. And it sucks because, you know, if I had done this in the beginning, as everybody loves to look at that, efficient practice, I wish I could do it. Now, in my defense, I tend to sleep, and then I wake up, and it's really late, and then I'm like dead. However, this last week, I've been getting up at 8:30, 9:30, and I'm going outside, and I'm getting cardio, and I'm getting some sun, and I'm coming in, and I'm doing some exercise, and then I'm eating my lunch, and then I'm basically like, I've done everything I need to do, and then I have free time, and it's like, wow. And also my body is more awake. I do still take a nap. My body is more awake. I'm more satisfied with being alive, which that's maybe not the best way to phrase that, but it is a nice feeling to kind of come back from doing something and then just having your body just, I guess, cooperate energy-wise. Like, I feel, you know, I've done my exercise, I've done my cardio, so I've done my work for the day. So I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm going to be sitting in a chair for the next foreseeable hours or so. But that's okay, because prior to that, I did things outside of my chair. But there are a lot of days where, you know, I'd wake up, and then effectively, the only time I was out of my chair was to get up to go to the bathroom, get up to make food, or to take a shower. And that was it. And you only need to take a shower once. And, you know, I'm not like the human piss machine. I don't need to get up and piss every 5 minutes. I died, but it was worth it. So, in other words, there were some days where I effectively spent my entire day sitting in a computer chair. And on days like that, when you try to go to bed, your body is just like, hey, we haven't done anything. So, I'm not tired. And then you end up staying up late. You either end up staying up late, or you try to go to sleep and you can't go to sleep. So you basically are staying up late anyway. Oops. And then you wake up late because, well, frankly, I don't know why that happens, but that does happen. Alright, you're gonna click rest, I'm gonna click bulk up. I have an issue where if I wake up past 1 o'clock, I feel like I've lost my entire day, and it negatively affects my mood. To the degree that I don't feel like doing things. It's not good. Are we speed tied? No way. We're not speed tied. We can't be. It's impossible. I don't know what you clicked, but it was a priority move. Must be Mach Punch. Cha. I went to bed before midnight yesterday, and I woke up at 4. My bedtime is basically between 12:30 and 1:30. Oh, it was D-Tech. That's what she used. I found that if I go to bed between 12:30 and 1:30, I can wake up pretty consistently for about 9 to 9:30. And the thing is like the loop is good because I get up. Moko's dead. I get up, you know, I do my morning activities, but my morning activities also lead to me being able to sleep better at night. So then when I get up and I can resume, you know, do the morning activity, and it helps because now it's like, now in my brain it's ingrained. Like, we get up at this time, we eat some yogurt, and then we go out and we do our little cardio. And you don't have to do that long. I just do 3 laps. I started with 1, and then I did 2, and then I did 3, and now I'm trying to run them. Well, I'm trying to run one of them. But usually I'm just out there for about 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm not out there very long. It just depends on how long you're going. But it's hit the weak point where it's kind of become a bit of a habit, so my brain can kind of be like, hey, it's that time of day. You want to get up? And then I'll be like, oh shit, it's time to go out and take a walk. And it's because the weather is really nice. That's the main reason for it. It's good to get out and touch the sun. I am a pasty bastard, so I basically reflect sunlight. I could kill a man if he's driving by. I'm like a human high beam. I'll get some sun on me. I'll get some sun on me. Alright. I love making custom Miko orbs. Grandpa ain't looking good. I just don't get out much. That's all it is. I don't tan easy. I don't tan easy. I burn and then I peel into a tan. That's kind of how I work. 10 years too young to learn from me. I recommend it, chat. I don't tell you how to live your life, but I recommend that if you want to get up at a good time in the morning, just try to set yourself up so you do some you get up, you do some cardio. Just go out, take a walk around. If you got a pathway to walk, doesn't have to be too complex. I'm pretty fortunate that like I'm nearby a decent route. Has good shading and it's got water, so it's like the weather is pretty controlled by the water, which is really nice. And there's a lot of shade as well. Goo is the winner. You're the Kanto champion. You don't need my help. Good luck out there. Okay. There's no bug types, so what this is probably gonna be is it's gonna be nature types. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'm no expert on how you should live your life, but this past week has been pretty good. Why am I fighting a cat? This past week has been pretty good for me. Aside from yesterday. Yesterday I was just tired. Like I spent most of my day watching videos, and it was like 4 hours of lesson videos. And then when it was time to put my tablet in front of me, I was like, I don't want to look at art. I did finish an image yesterday, so there's that, but no, my brain was pretty thoroughly cooked. I mean, today I was a little cooked, but that's just because I was feeling inadequate. I set a timer. That's what it is. I set a timer. Momiji would be super weak to Flare Blitz, but I am like minus. I'm gonna kill her anyway. I'll kill her anyway. Cha. Set a timer, I did some gesture, they all turned out really, really bad. But that's expected. Frankly, I do not understand how to do gesture right. I don't think there is a right answer, but when I look at what I'm doing, I feel like I have found the wrong answer. That much is for certain. Oh, we're doing Beast Bonica in here. Well, they're still weak to fire. Then I did object permanence, and then I did a study. I did a study on a sweater, but it was like an already pre-drawn sweater, as in it wasn't a sweater that a real person was wearing. It was a sweater that an anime character was wearing. And then I spent an hour and 20 minutes towards an original, and I didn't finish. I did not finish. And it looks, but yeah, I spent a lot of time on it, but it's not that surprising that I spent a lot of time on it and am not close to being done, because frankly I don't really know the best way to approach these things or how to really do them, because I have no practical experience in doing them. It's like if you try to read a book on how to do something and then you try to do it and you're like, well, fuck, this is pretty difficult. Like, just because you know, just because in theory you know what you're supposed to do doesn't mean you can fucking do it. You'll have a good baseline of knowledge and understanding, but you still got to do it. Again, go back to fighting games. You could recite an entire character's fucking combo tree from memory. But then if you're playing a game, you have to be able to execute that combo tree in situations where you're getting that combo tree. It's not enough to know it. It's like knowing frame data but not knowing how to play footsies. Like, oh, look at this. This poke is like a frame 4 option. That's great. What does that mean? It means it's really fast. Yes, but like, do you know how to use it? Yeah, I press it when I'm close and I throw it out there. Okay, but what do you do when you get a hit with it? I don't know. See, that's the thing, is you have to know what your options are, your poking options, but also which options at which distance can also lead into confirms. And you gotta be able to make that choice fast. Some of that shit is tight. Those moves have little hit stun. Sometimes people just fucking rip it anyway. Let's be real. Some people just rip regardless of whether or not they hit their hit confirm, because the hit confirm is so quick. And they're kind of just hoping that it connected in a decent situation. I'm coming in. Cross-ups are another decent example, I think. A cross-up is simple in theory. It's when you jump over your opponent and you hit them with the back corner of your hitbox. So if in order for them to guard it, they have to guard the other way, because now you're behind them. So if you hit them with that cross-up, you can get a combo. So your opponent needs to be ready. But just because you know what that is in theory, you need to understand which of your moves have hitboxes that allow for cross-ups. You have to understand jump arcs, because fighting games always have very telegraphed jump arcs. You need to understand a lot about how your character moves and how much distance they cover, and also what point these aerials come out at. You need to be able to press the aerial at a situation where you're going to be able to clip the back of their head with a weird hitbox. You have to have a lot of knowledge to execute a cross-up well. But again, in theory, a cross-up is just jump over your opponent and press an aerial and hit them with a weird hitbox. There's a lot of factors you need to keep in mind. It's like when people talk about like combos again. Some combos can only be done on counter hits, because counter hits create different situations in the amount of hit stun or even bouncing that can be done. So some characters have specific combos that only work from a counter hit, and a counter hit only happens if you interrupt your opponent. So like knowing essentially when you want to do your combo tree from just a random hit versus understanding that you got a counter hit and being able to convert into a different combo tree. And you could do, you could probably still, pretty sure most, if not every combo that only works, that works off counter hit could still work on counter hit, but there are some that only work on counter hit. So you could probably still just do the bread and butter, but you miss out on damage or positioning because, you're dropping a stronger combo that requires a harder start because you're not really ready for it or you're expecting it. Some games like the Persona fighting game, and I believe Blaze Blue as well, I don't remember about that one, they have fatal counters where certain moves, if you get counter hit, they have an even bigger amount of stun that you have to deal with. So there's 3 instances you have to keep in mind. There's just standard hits, counter hits, and then fatal counters. And understanding when you're in a position to hit one or have hit one and knowing how to convert it properly is important. And that's very important because that's the difference between 5 to 10% of health. Maybe it's the difference between finishing a combo with a meter. In short, you could lose a game by 1% because you didn't execute your counter hit combo because you weren't confident in it. So experiencing these situations constantly by playing, you get a more natural muscle memory feel for these types of situations, and also your body knows how to do your body knows how to react to the quick information faster. In other words, experience. We don't need that. It all boils down to experience. Fighting games are fun though. This is the biggest thing. Oh, I missed. I'm probably dead. The difference between a fighting game and doing art is that one is a game and the other is, well, it can be perceived as busy work. And busy work isn't very fun. Busy work isn't fun at all. You can boot up a game, play a game, you know, you want to get good at a game. Take a nap, would you? Oh, good, you missed. That's lucky. You can get good at a game because you can just sink a lot of time into a game because you view it as a game. You understand it's a game. You can put the time in. Art is not a game. In fact, sometimes you put hours in and then you don't get any result and it's like, fuck, this sucks. But then also you poison your brain with other more immediate gratification. So the amount of time you're willing to put into something like a hobby becomes less because your brain's like, this isn't very fun. Can we go do something else? Like, can we go play a video game? Because it takes about like 5 minutes for a video game to really start playing, and then your brain's like, yeah, that's the good stuff. Now it's funny because there's a lot of art videos that I see that are like, all right, here's what you gotta do. Get off your phone. Stop scrolling your social medias. Stop exploding your brain with 1 billion dopamine hits for quick gratification. And I'm just looking at it like, yeah, I don't do that. Like, I already don't do that. So you got another one? Pitaya, huh? But in short, you do have a healing item, of course. In short, when you allow yourself the quick dopamine hit, the reward, it makes you not really want to put the time into something else afterward because you already got your hit. So what's the point? What's the point if you already got your hit, right? Are we like speed tied or something? Whatever. Like, okay, so I can play a video game for 3 hours, or I could try gesture. All right. So if I play a video game for 3 hours and then I'm like, all right, now let's try some gesture. I'm gonna get 5 seconds in a gesture, and I'm gonna not want to do gesture anymore. All right. Now I'm not gonna want to do gesture prior. That's why she's slower than me. She's clicking mirror coat. I'm not gonna want to do gesture regardless, sure, but as soon as you put the easy dopamine hit in the front, you have no reason to do the harder thing anymore. I deserve that miss. You fool. So you have to structure things. You have to give yourself reward. When you put yourself through the work, then you can take it easy. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do. What I've been trying to do is, with my schedule, the way I've been doing it is I get up in the morning, I go and I do my cardio. I do quick-ish cardio. I don't do exercise every single day because it's not a good idea. I have a routine that I do, and I try to do it every second day or every 2 days together, and then I skip one. So I have a structure to it. We'll get through this run eventually. Don't worry. But essentially, I get my breakfast done, I get my exercise done, I get my lunch done, I get a nap in, and that's pretty much all the stuff I need to do, you know? And then after that, before the stream, because the stream is supposed to be fun. I'm supposed to come here and play video games and have fun, right? This isn't work. This is fun, all right? Fun. So I need to do all of my work before the stream. Because I find when I'm done with the stream, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I'm done working. I don't want to pull my tablet out. I want to just chill for... Damn, that did a lot. I just want to chill for a couple hours before I go to bed. So, for me, if I want to do any form of practice, I need to get it in there before the stream. But before, I was having a lot of trouble with that because I'm waking up at 1 o'clock. I don't have time to do everything because by the time like, from 9 o'clock, from 9:30 to basically 12:30, I'm packed. You have another full restore. Another one. A fucking another one. Between 9:30 to 12:30, I'm packed up with stuff to get, you know, everything done, including a shower as well. I forgot to mention that. But then I effectively have 4 hours to myself before the stream, as opposed to 4 minutes, which is usually what happens to me. I won't die, but this is the worst fucking battle I've ever been a part of. At least you won't have any more goddamn full restores. Excellent. Moko missed, and we've been here for 10 minutes as a result. So that's the idea. I'm trying to put about 2 hours into practice stuff. I have a bit of a breakup. I watched a video. I am copying the procedure to the best of my ability at the moment. Alright. And then when I finish up, I can take it a bit easy. And then I can stream, I can have fun. I can do some art on stream as well, which is, you know, it's a little bit of work, a little bit of fun. It's a combination of the two. A little combination of the two. Alright, I ran out of Giga Drains. Very good. And then when I'm done with that, it's like 10 o'clock my time, and I'm done. I'm ready to kind of relax. Couple hours to myself. Maybe read something, and then I do it all over again. I'm switching into Genji because if she wakes up and kills me, I'm gonna be ready for it. And if not, then Genji gets 1000 EXP. Bang. Wow. Ah! Kane. I ran out of Giga Drains. So... We're gonna burn powder her. Oh no, that's unexpected. Oh, I didn't die. Well, that's okay. Alright. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Now I'm poisoned. And he's burned. Genji, I need you! He's gonna be okay. He took 0 damage to that. Damn. Alright, get her ass. Steel Fist. That's gonna kill me. Okay. Alright, let's see. So you're burned. I know what type you are. I'm just thinking what my best option is. I guess just fight fire with fire. We'll get an Intimidate as well. Moko being dead is annoying. Shizuha is not dead, but she may as well be dead. So I guess we just Crush Claw. Hey! Don't steal my thunder. That's pretty good. What berry is that? Lychee? Okay, that offsets the Intimidate. Okay. I'm putting Shizuha in, because Shizuha is dead. I see. Okay. I guess we just have 4 full restores. Because good trainers always have 4 full restores. Alright, we undid the lychee berry again. You're not burned anymore, but you have a defense drop. That crit me. I'm dead. I should have bulked up. Wow. T-Show. She's beast. She's beast faith. She's actually weak to Yamame. Wait. No. Wait. Okay, yeah, we really need the stun spore here. Alright. Now we have to hope for some bullshit. Why didn't I bring Satori into this match is probably what you're asking yourself. And to that I have no good answer. That said, Satori is like 10 levels lower. But she is also able to just... That was not very effective. I could have lived. Alright, Mailing. You absolutely need to kill her. Can you do 60%? No. Oh! Force Palm will kill. Alright. Alright. I won. Whoa, amazing. You're an expert. I can't believe I won. The Den badge. What a dumb fucking name for a badge. Beast Panika are deep. Alright, that was a miserable match. I won, but it was pretty fucking miserable. Could I have played it better? I could always play it better. Always. And without fail. But that was pretty bad. That Ron used 3 full restores, and then he had another one for the Kane. I didn't think high jump kick would kill Kane. I was gonna say, like, okay, I can slack off, and then I can bulk up and get an edge, but, like, then it killed. I was like, oh, okay. Rainmaker well. We're gonna make it rain! Darn, I was standing guard up top. Yeah. 4 full restores is the max. The champion had it too. Although, what's interesting is Bugsy did not have any, he didn't have any qualms about using 3 of them on Ron. He didn't use the 4th one on Ron. But he did use 3 of them on her. He made me use 10 Giga Drain PP. Like, what a match. Ah, medicine. Now, recoil moves are cool and all, but, like, it would be nice if I had a move that didn't hurt me. So I didn't have to go and heal every time. Imagine if, like, medicine's gas was combustible. Wouldn't that be funny? If, like, you hit medicine with a fire move and she just goes... Poof. Like, I used to think that with, like, with Wheezing. Like, when I looked at Wheezing, I was like, if you breathe fire on him, does he just fucking explode? Because he can explode. He's allowed to do that. he's allowed to explode. But like it made me think, like, should poison types be weak to fire because they're made of gas? Don't they just, like, explode? But they're not all made of gas. In fact, I think only Weezing is effectively made of gas. Using my hyper potion. There you go. There's a bug move that does that, isn't? Yeah, it's called Powder, and like 3 Pokemon in the world learn it. It's a priority move that puts Powder in front of your opponent, and if they use a fire type move, they take 25% of their max HP and the move is cancelled. I know Vivillon has it, and I think it can pass it to like 2 other Pokemon from egg moves. But yes, it is a move. Interestingly, I learned this from a ROM hack, but the damage that is caused by Powder is actually blocked by Magic Guard. I know it's the kind of situation you would never actually see, but it's neat. Because it's not direct damage, it's secondary damage. And as a result, if you use a fire move if you're a Magic Guard and use a fire move and the Powder explodes in your face, you take 0 damage. You still lose your move though, but you don't take any damage from it. I don't think that interaction can actually happen in vanilla Pokemon though. I don't think any single Pokemon that has Magic Guard, that's not true. Hat can definitely learn Mystical Fire, and that has Magic Guard. No, that has Magic Bounce, not Magic Guard. Oh, fuck me, I'm not even sure. Wait, Clefable can learn Flamethrower, and Clefable has Magic Guard. So yeah, that interaction can actually happen. Another one. Niche interactions like that are interesting, I think. I think they're really neat, because it's like... It's just neat to see how things kind of react with each other. Especially for moves like that that really just don't have any purpose. Hi, I guess I should have expected someone to get down here. Oh, I recognize you. We met in Sevi Islands. This is Proton. Pokemon has some weird niche uses. Sflon. Yeah, big scary. 68. They're stronger than me now. This is not a hard puppet to kill, but... I'm out. Bye. Go, Genji! Thunder Punch, idiot. You weren't supposed to survive that, Genji. Calling in the beast. The MVP of the team, Miss Raw Offense herself. Boom. Ooh, oh man. Yuka. I think she's part Earth, right? Either way, I think EM's probably the right call. This Proton, I believe, in the actual games, uses Pokemon that are primarily, like, effective in their attack stat. Which would explain what I'm looking at. As long as that doesn't... I changed my ability. As long as it doesn't put her up past half. Okay, this is gonna be a roll. This is about to be a roll. If I had Nasty Plotted turn 1... Oh, I got a crit, never mind. If I Nasty Plotted turn 1 on a Leech Seed, it would have been GG regardless. Yugi. And I know from experience that Yugi is a kind of a free win for Shizuha. I know I'm faster than it. I usually put it to sleep, but I'm pretty sure I don't even need to, because I think it gets 2-hit KO by Giga Drain. Wow. And it missed. This puppet is so fucking unfortunate. And there's a full restore. Here we go. 1 full restore. Summer's around the corner. I mean, summer's basically already here. There we go. Oh, I low rolled her. So yeah, Yugi. It's crazy that this offensive-based Yugi completely gets swept up by Shizuha, the one that's designed to just be a fucker. Elastica, big deal. This cave is a bust. We're leaving anyway. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go heal, and I'll be back. Skomachi. I just got jumped by an Alice, but I was in speed up, so I wasn't ready for it. I wonder what she was there for. That's the legendary beast, Alice. Yep. Shizuha is actually pretty powerful. I mean, no, her stats aren't that great, but she's quite good at what she does. Which is to say that she's kind of a miserable experience to fight against. Yeah, yeah. Smiling. This is where you get King's Rock. We're here. We're gonna find the King's Rock. Who the fuck is you? Oh, you're the cosplayer. Shrine mating is for faith. Curse you. Thank you. Read by Shrine mating will increase the power of faith type moves. Who wears it? Yeah. Lucky egg. Another one. Wow. That's pretty cool, actually. Oh. A regular ass toe. There's the King's Rock. King's Rock is a cheater move. Miko clothes, yeah. Let's just get rid of the Stardust because it doesn't sell for that much. I should sell my stuff though. King's Rock. So if you don't know what King's Rock does, are you living under a rock? Ha ha ha. But the King's Rock adds a 10% flinch chance to any move that doesn't already have a flinch chance to it. So in other words, it's really effective with Pokemon that are very fast. So in other words, who's my fastest motherfucker? 190? 192. You already have a King's Rock. Oh. I guess I'm just an asshole. 204? You're getting a King's Rock. You're so fucking fast. Here. Take a 10% chance to flinch people. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. Why shouldn't you flinch people? You know the ability Stench does the same thing, but the ability Stench is given to a bunch of Pokemon with like horrendous speed stats, so they can't actually really use it at all. But that's probably for the best, because that, well, flinching is arguably the worst mechanic in the entirety of Pokemon, because flinching is bailed, okay? Flinching is the most skillless shit in the entire game, bro. You click a move and sometimes your opponent can't act. Here he is. Tell me something. Is it true Team Rocket has returned? You beat them, quit lying. Flinch works with multi-hit moves. Yeah. Cloyster got King's Rock banned in Smogon competitive because him and Cincino had Skill Link. Their combination of Skill Link King's Rock meant that every individual hit had a pretty good chance. I won't die to that. Had a pretty good chance of flinching. And if you flinch to any of those, then you probably just lost what would otherwise be a counter setup. Serene Grace Air Slash. The worst motherfucker to do that was Shaman Sky. Mamizo. You should be nature, right? I could just crash into you, but I think maybe Yam will be okay. King's Rock Mousehold. Well, the thing is with Population Bomb if you run King's Rock, there's no guaranteed. Oh, you have Mysterious. Oh, that's good, actually, because now I can hit you with Earth Power, provided I don't die. If I do die, I'll hit you with Earthquake. Why the fuck do you know Hydro Pump? Anyway, you're a poison type now, so you died to Earthquake. Yeah, Shaman Sky had a 60% chance to flinch you and an 80% chance to drop your Spadef if it hit a Seed Flare. Population Bomb can roll 1 to 10 times, and yes, if you did have a King's Rock, it would be really obnoxious, but mouse holds tend to run Wide Lens if they're going for Population Bomb shenanigans, because Wide Lens increases the accuracy to 99. To be honest, I'm not sure how the loaded dice interacts with Population Bomb. I know the loaded dice pretty much guarantees that you're always going to roll 4 on multi-hit moves, but I don't know what it... I don't really know how it works for Population Bomb. But you wouldn't run King's Rock. The reason why they run, like, Cloister and Cincino could run King's Rocks is because they had an ability that guaranteed... They had an ability that guaranteed they would hit 5 times, no matter what. Pitaya Berry? Yeah. Well, I already know I'm gonna kill you. Even if this crits me, I win. Jirachi does it too with Iron Head. Yeah. Gen 4 OU is that Pokemon's stomping ground. Flinching's already a miserable thing, but like when your chance of flinching is higher is a weighted coin toss. When it's a weighted coin toss, it's not very fun. So, oh, damn, you're fast. You're faster than me and I have 200 speed. I ain't dead, but like, I'm not gonna kill you either. Or maybe I will, because you're like frail. Paralyzed. Okay. So, this thing outspeeds everything on my team. I have one priority move. Thank God I invested in priority. Causes triple kick, triple axe, and population bomb used to beholder perform 1 accuracy check. Causes the holder's population bomb to hit 4 to 10 times with an even chance of each number of hits. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Because yeah, with triple kick, or more importantly, triple axle, there's 3 individual accuracy rolls, and the thing is, the move gets stronger for each hit. So if you only hit 1 time, it's a really bad move. So loaded dice would mean that, I suppose, it either hits or it doesn't, right? Loaded dice makes it so if it hits, it's 3 hits, and if it doesn't hit at all. Dangerous Bonica. A very rare Bonica that lives in the forest. Population bomb. Oh shit, it's her theme. We're heading to Goldenrod. This isn't her theme. It's the theme of her road. Oh, you're never gonna hear the whole music play out. How? I didn't fucking sell everything again. Remind me to sell when I get to Goldenrod. Please, remind me to sell my inventory. Okay. Million add-ins. There's an empty beer mug sitting there. An empty beer mug. Well, I do have the beans, which go well with beer. I guess I have to find a full fucking... I gotta find a whole ass pitcher. X attack. I'm gonna sell that or toss that. Full heal. Never hurts to have more. Dude, it's all add-in all the time. Holy shit. She's exploded. Alright. Rare candy. I should probably level Satori up on my own. Just so I can use her in actual fights. Because you see, we're approaching the level 70 mark. And she's still level 56. No, you made me lose that Bonica. Why are you in here? Nobody else is in here, just you? Fairy catcher Wayne. Throws out spider. That's not a fairy. I like Spider Yam. It's pretty cute. The big boog. Defense Tay? I don't know what Defense Tay does. Well, she's weak to every option, so I'll just hit her with this. I had a shiny one of these in Platinum. I remember that. She wasn't very good, but, like, I had her. She was colored like the other Boonie. Tinu. Tinu has, what do you call it? Mysterious. So I can just Flare Blitz, and then I can do something else, because it'll be a fire type. Color Change is not a very good ability. Protean, however, is one of the best abilities ever created. Funny how that works, huh? You ever think about how one of the best abilities in competitive Pokemon is Turn 0 Growl? That really just highlights the importance of turns. My Moko's been heading to the Elix Forest, coming back home drunk. You're drinking. Okay. Uh-oh. I forgot what I was just saying. Right. No. Like, Growl is a move that you would never reasonably use because, well, it takes a turn to lower attack by 1. Intimidate, however, it takes 0 turns to lower attack by 1, and it's a very, very good ability. And it's just because it does something on turn 0. Turn 0 effects are pretty good. We like turn 0 effects. Every turn matters in the game of Pokemon. Another Minorico, I'm gonna crash out. She's in the potato position. Unfortunately, she cannot handle a Flare Blitz. Doubly unfortunately, I cannot handle a Flare Blitz. I will die if I hit another one. Oh my god, I know what that one does. That's my Shizuha. I know exactly how to beat it, too. This thing actually learns Baton Pass. Wow, it died. I guess I am like 8 levels higher than it, but wow, it died. Another... Why does he have HD Akis? He's got 2 H Shizuhas and 2 D Minoricos. High definition. Wipe yourself off, man. You dead. Beaten by a passing stranger. $896. Okay. Let me use my last Hyper Potion. Here you go, Moko. This is the most in-character Moko can reasonably get. Every time I send her out, she clicks Flare Blitz and, like, kills herself. And then I have to heal her. Yes, yes. Let's got my Bonica back from the daycare. Isn't it cool how we're effectively walking through Johto right now? Look at that. D Moko. The gym leader levels are matching up, but we're still quite over leveled compared to the regular trainers. Not to say they're weak. 58 is certainly not a small number, but compared to 65, you know, I have the edge. But I was lower level than the other guys. My levels are starting to decay. I might have to grind a little bit just to catch up to Whitney. D Kaguya. I'm gonna assume the gym leader's Johto because I don't remember. They're gonna occupy the other types that we didn't get. That's why Bugsy was a beast type trainer because there was no beast type in the other one, but there was already a nature one. Miss, that's fine. Faulkner was flying because there were, like, Lance doesn't count. The Elite Four, he was flying, but that doesn't really count. So Whitney will probably be maybe Dream? Either Dream or whatever the equivalent to normal type is, because I don't think any Pokemon, any puppet is Illusion type. I think Illusion is just a type for like moves, but it's not actually a type you can be. Because I know in puppet play there's like there's the normal type. There's the normal type, but there's also a dream type, which is like there's like 2 puppets in the entire game that are dream type. I think it's just Doremi and Sumereko has a form that's a dream type. Did you know there's a struggle equivalent in that game? I've never seen it. There is a struggle in puppet dance performance. I've just genuinely never seen it because I've never seen a game take that long that it reaches the point where somebody has to struggle. Now, to be fair, there are other ways to cause a struggle, like choice locking into a low PP move, getting encored, stuff like that. But I've never actually seen the struggle move, the animation for it in puppet dance performance. And I played through that game multiple times. I assume it works exactly the same. I assume it works exactly the same as Gen 4 Struggle and Onward, where every time you click it, you just lose 1/4 of your max HP. Because the thing is, there are some puppets. There are some puppets in that game that are very silly. I think it's funny how the devs went out of their way to create multiple forms for different puppets. But then there are some puppets that get used so many times compared to others that it's just like, oh, okay. Like, Defense Reimu is a piece of shit. Oh, medicine. I don't have Moko to send in for this. Guess I'll just stay in. Defense Reimu has, she's got First Aid, so she has Recover. She has Toxic. She has Citrus Berry, and she has the ability to regain her Citrus Berry. So all she really does is sit there and watch you get poisoned, and then she just like spams Recover, and she recovers HP. And there's so many Defense Reimus in the game for important trainers, and they all run the same set. So it's just funny to me because it's like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. Like, there's also Extra Reimu, who is definitely fine, but for the most part, you're running a Defense Reimu, and you're running into that set. That's the only set you're going to run into. So there's a lot of similarities to puppets. Power Aya is similar. If you run into Power Aya... Oh, the sisters. If you run into Power Aya, it's going to do one thing. That did a lot. I'm actually going to live the poison now, because you Sunny Dade, and I'm going to kill you. Impressive. It's Harvest, yes. Her ability is Economist, which regenerates Charms, which are the berries. So yes, she just has Harvest with a Citrus Berry, and she has Recover. And she Toxic Stalls you. Power Aya is Cincino, but stronger. Power Aya is a 130 base attack puppet with Skill Link. And two stab options with 25 base power. Prism River. It's dumb. It's really dumb. She's got 110 base speed, so she's not slow. And she's got 130 base attack. That's a really high attack stat. And so she just clicks her multi-hit moves, and they're guaranteed to connect. She's got Wind Stab and Fighting Stab, and those two go really well together, and Wind is also like the best type in the game. So if you run into Power Aya, that is what she is going to do. Your options to beating Power Aya is have a puppet that is defensive enough to actually take it, or have a puppet that is faster than her. And that's your only 2 options. PC should be working now. Oh, hey, Bill. Hey, Joop. Been a while, hasn't it? The big city is exhausting. Do me a favor, I got my hands on a new Bonica. Sure. I don't have to head out immediately. If you find the room, I'll gladly give you this Bonica. Are you just gonna stand there? Okay. I don't like Extra Miko either. Extra Miko has like 140 base special attack or some wacky shit like that. And she has also has a ridiculously high speed stat. And she has the ability Queenly Majesty. Do you know what Queenly Majesty does? Probably not, because how could you know what that is? It's called Dazzling. And it blocks priority moves. Cassin. It's a rare Bonica. Thanks. Nice meeting you. I'm going home now. Okay, bye. That's right. They gave a puppet with 140 fucking attack and like 130 speed. And they prevent you from using priority moves against it. Isn't that impressive? You know, we haven't looked at any of these guys like IVs. For fun, let's take a look. Wow. No. That's... I mean, the nature sucks, but that's definitely usable as far as a playthrough goes. That's okay. That's pretty okay. I wouldn't complain about that. If you switch the attack with the special attack, maybe, but the speed is bad. No defense. That's pretty bad. Okay, that's okay, but yeah, that's not very good. That's pretty good. That's really good. And that's... I don't think that's good, because I don't think Cassin has other forms. I think Cassin only evolves naturally, and she's a physical attacker, so... her attack being 3 is not good. Alright. We can't be here yet. We need to finish off the trainers. Nope. Nope. Don't listen to it. We gotta beat this guy. I'm the best in my class. Demailing. The winning move, crash. Fuck. I gotta sell. I'll sell. I'll buy low and I'll sell high. So yeah, like the reason why Serena has Queenly Majesty is because, well, it needs to have something. But it's a really good ability, but it's on a mediocre Pokemon. When you give an ability like that to a Pokemon like that Miko, it's just stupid, because the counterplay to fast Pokemon like that are either survive their hits with a defensive Pokemon or beat them out with priority. But then the game's like, actually no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to use priority. I am limiting your counterplay because fuck you. So now you have a really obnoxious puppet that requires you to have something that can take a hit from it and then kill it back. I get that it's frail, but I don't like things like that, because it just means you need to run something. You need to run something that doesn't get absolutely shit on by it. Limiting counterplay is not based. I have an idea. Let's give Swampert Sap Sipper. Why? Because I don't want it to take super effective damage. But it only has one weakness, and it's really annoyingly, like, tanky when you don't hit that weakness. I don't care. Give it Sap Sipper. Turn its only weakness into a heal. Well, not a heal, an attack buff. Do it. This is why you shouldn't be allowed to design for Pokemon. And you know what? Puppet does that all the time. Puppet Dance Performance has so many fucking random puppets that have abilities that turn weaknesses into healing. And it's always dumb. They don't make sense half the time. It's just like, oh, this puppet is this type. You know that it's weak to this type. Oh, actually, sorry, sweetie. They have the ability called Fist Eater, where if you hit them with a fighting type move, they just fucking lick your finger and then they heal, and then you do 0 damage. It's like, what does that even mean? That's a real ability, by the way. It's not called Finger Lick, but, like, there's actually an ability that some fucking steel types have. Where they just fucking block fighting type moves. Ooh! They just block fighting type moves because fuck you. You want that egg? Yeah, I want that egg. Look out! Piece of paper kind of difficult to read. Hello. My. Oh? No, I'm not joking. If you go look at puppets, you'll see there's quite a number of where they just have abilities that nullify one of their weaknesses and turn it into a buff. And it's really frustrating because if you hit into that buff, you just put yourself in a massive disadvantage situation. That's just it. Chat question. Is this odd egg like actually have like shiny rate? Does it have the shiny rate of the actual crystal, or is this just an egg? Okay, ready? Here we go. I don't know what the flame body equivalent in this game is, so I just want to see what this egg is. You can go look it up. There's definitely a couple of them that do stuff like that, and like I said, it's just stupid because sometimes it happens in the middle of a game and you just didn't know, and then suddenly you've just buffed something and it kills you, and now you're at a massive disadvantage. You just go at a massive disadvantage for no real reason because you thought you knew the type chart, but you didn't know the Pokemon specifics. And it's not like Pokemon isn't guilty of doing that sometimes as well. Some Pokemon do have abilities like that, but usually it's not weaknesses. Very rarely do Pokemon have abilities that nullify a weakness. They're more like something that's just beneficial. Like Water Absorb is usually on water types. Volt Absorb is usually on electric types. Now, I know that Azumarill gets Sap Sipper, but nobody is using Sap Sipper on Azumarill because its other ability is Huge Power. Huge Power is a significantly better ability than Sap Sipper. Gyokuto! This costs 1 billion coins. This costs 1 billion coins in the daycare. Alright. Do I know you? Bashful. Wow. Doesn't seem that bad. I mean, it is bad, but, like, doesn't seem that bad IV-wise. But it doesn't matter if you have 31 IVs if your base stat is, like, 10. The radio station's cool. Pet Don, Suru Pet Don. Yeah! Find all your Bonica needs. Mom's gonna bargain, honey. She wants to buy stuff at lower prices. We're in a shop again today. Welcome to Goldenrod Department Store. Ty is so cool. I lose my passion for work if someone's watching. Come on, kid. Scoot. Full heal. Domante, mom. Ether. Ooh-ha, hoo-ha. Crusty audio. Hey kid, you're holding us up. Policy is to work behind the scenes where no one can see us. Listen to that crunch. Farmers only realized Goldenrod's a big city. All the music's gone. Alright, I gotta sell some shit. Sell the X attack, sell the big pearl, sell the 5 nuggets, sell the HP up, sell the star piece, sell the 2 pearls, Strong growth but lower speed. Sell the macho brace. Sell the cleanse tag. Looks good to me. What are you boying? Okay, you sell... Oh! You sell the festive shards. Okay, so you sell all the... You sell almost all the shards. I gotta buy you for the mimic. That's right. But what? What do you got? Nothing. Really impatient. I use X speed in battle to speed up my Bonica. What do you got? Okay. Nothing. You battle to use X special. I don't use battle items. I just don't. Iron adds to your Bonica's defense. So you sell the medicines. I'm just checking the shops to see if there's anything like worth in here. Feed them protein to crank up their attack. What do you sell? TM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you sell every TM in the game. No. Well, I might as well buy what I don't have. Steel Fist. Solar Beam, I have that. Signal Beam, I have that. Safeguard, I have that. Giga Drain. You never know what options you'll need, right? Sonic Boom. No, I have that. Ice Beam, I want that. Taunt, need that. Sunny Day, I have that. Poison Jab, I want that. Decision, have that. Curse, have that. Razor Wind, have that. Toxic. Roar. Roar's worth 1,000. Water Pulse. Heartbreak. Focus Punch. Oh, I have those. Okay. It's a pretty good haul, actually. Can't rename Bonica, you get a trade, then here's a reflection of the owner trade those feelings for it. Yep. Try a vending machine. Your Bonica will love them. Mount Silver from up here. Take a break from shopping. Come to the roof. There's no elevator in this building. There's a welcome mat, but no elevator. Alright. Let's take a look around town, shall we? Your playground, Goldenrod City Game Corner. Oh. Where's my Magnetrain pass? Gave a rainbow shard and Monique was hard to get enough coins for it, but it was worth it. Just buy it. Oh wait, no, you can't buy that one. You can buy everything else. Okay, what do you got in rewards here? I got 814 coins. Wait, what? 1,000 coins for a PP up? 3,000 for a rainbow shard. 999 for a Shibi VVT. What the fuck would anybody want that? Huh? This new slot machine. Hold on, does the item finder work in here? No. No. I thought this guy said he lost his magnet pass. What? Oh, never mind. He's a liar. I guess he's just a liar. Cool. One big town. I don't know where anything is. Yes. Oh, you work with Bonica like my son Billiam. Go to the underground road. Underground entrance. I'm the younger of the two. I'll spiff up your Bonica for free. It couldn't possibly love you more than it does now. Yeah, but it still needs a haircut. Huh. 5,000. How may I help you? No. What do you got? Shoal salt? Oh, you sell UFOs. Heart scale. Why do you sell nuggets? Why do you sell hard scales? You can't even do anything with those. I'm also a mushroom maniac. 2 green UFOs. You smell like UFOs. Alright, freak. I'm the move deleter. And who are you? Oh. Luxury orb. That one's actually colored. Premium orb. Max revive. Lava cookie. Flutes. A bright powder. I'm buying that. Put that in my pocket, boys. A quick claw. Put that in my pocket, boys. Hours of any move, but it only... So that's the rib. Okay. That's the amulet coin. Kusanagi, Renosuke item, smoke ball, focus ribbon. Okay, it's not the sash. Leftovers, scope lens, dragon scale. Those don't do anything. Incenses, bloomer. Classic sort of garment seem to be loved by foxes. What? Okay. TM26, I found the rest of the TMs. Let's get the rest of the TMs. Mana Burst, have it. Shadow Ball, don't have it. Have it now. Have it. Have it. Have it. Have it. Don't have it. Flamethrower. Poison Bomb. Fire Blast. Rock Tomb. Swagger. Will-O-Wisp. Sod. Secret Power. Oh, okay. It's cheap. Rest, I have it. Attract, I don't have it. Thief. Steel Wing. Skill Swap. Snatch. Mind Bomb. I have every TM now. Thanks. Oh. Why are you in Goldenrod? Okay, whatever. There's a PC here as well. Pass. The door's locked. Okay, I got the magnet train pass, so I can head back to Saffron. Just a bunch of stuff. I got the quick claw because the quick claw is definitely an item I give to Satori for cheesy destiny bonds. All right, who wants the bright powder? You have the fire boosting move. You get the Persum fruit. Okay. I guess Yam gets bright powder. Here you go. There you are. 1 bright powder. Underground entrance. Gym leaders are rough. Name Raider. I'm the official name raider. Yeah. Add Moko. Her name. Her name is Muko. It's a better name than before, isn't it? Isn't it? Yam. Yam. No, Arcane's pretty good, actually. I like Arcane. Smaling's pretty good, too. Shizuha? Shizuha's name is perfectly fine. Man at the house. Tripping out. La la la, time for today's water. God, the audio channel is doing its fucking best right now. That's why I was bad, but Monika just fell down. PowerPoints ran out. Where are we going? We're just looking around. We're sorry, but we're still setting up our services. Bonica Workout Center. There's a new bike shop, but I can't find it anywhere. Yeah. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything in here. It's also good to just appreciate the work that went into making this. I'm just setting up, no one's coming to buy anything. Rydell. The world is a psychopath. I've been here. Man in Black, he reminds me of Team Rocket. Build a new radio tower to replace the old creaky one. We're sorry, but due to high ship traffic, it's unsafe to move on. Please fuck off. Okay. Goldenrod City Radio Tower. Wow. Welcome. I love Mary. Ben is a fabulous DJ. Ching ching. Why do they all say ching ching? Buena. The password show. Dude, I think the entirety of my life, the entirety of my goddamn life, I think I maybe got 3 fucking points from Buena's passwords. 3. You need like 48 if you wanted to get a rare candy. Now that Team Rocket is left hand, so I'm heading on back. Start right on back to my electrician business. Find an Alice too. You're gonna find an Alice? Wanna go to Saffron? Hell yeah. Technology develops so quickly. Alright. I bought the doll. I'm back here because I need to talk to the Mimic. And give her the doll. Is it fun to mimic my every move? You bet it's a scream. Take it! Take the fucking doll. What? Where did it go? Excuse me? Where did it go? It disappeared from my inventory! Huh. Okay, well, I guess I did my job. Guess I'll go back. Welcome back. Where are we going? We're going north. Goldenrod's a pretty nice place to live. I just wish the game corner was cheaper. Wanna play some Voltorb Flip? Anybody wanna play some Voltorb Flip? Eh? Where'd that doll go? I didn't give it to somebody by accident. Right? Cat. Poison bomb. It's crazy how it's like 6:40 p.m. and the sun is still shining so beautifully. What? I hate it! I'm too old, man. Remember when you were a kid and you went outside and you just complained that it was too hot outside? Now you're an adult and you're inside and you complain that it's too hot inside? Yeah. What were we thinking? Bird. It's actually relatively tame temperature-wise here, but like I said, I have my big muscle shirt on, and I like this muscle shirt a lot because it's missing too much clothing out of the sides for me to wear outside. That much is for certain. However, it is very breezy and very comfortable. And the best part is it's effectively a slab of cloth that goes over my back so my back doesn't stick to the chair. But it has so little cloth like on the sides that it gets all the airflow, and it's just fucking phenomenal is what it is, boys. It's just phenomenal. What are we doing out here? I don't know. I'm working out to join a club. The club. Well, I'm not gonna miss summer. There's a bug in my room again. I don't know how they get in here, dude, but once they get in, they don't know how to get out. Figure it out. They get in through the screen, and then they try to figure out how to get out through the screen. Well, as long as it's not like a bug that does anything, I guess. I guess that's something to keep in mind. It's just, I hate when they're big enough that you can hear them when they fly near your head. I hate those ones. They're too loud. They make me go, ah! Get away from me. What are you? Sometimes I just try to assist them. They land and I just kind of walk them over to my window. And then they don't do anything because they don't understand I'm trying to get them out of my goddamn room. If they don't want to leave through the window, they can leave through the toilet, I guess, but I tend to leave bugs alone unless they're encroaching on my personal space in a way that makes me think they're not respecting me as head of the household. If the bug is not respecting my authority, he's not making it to Valhalla. If I got a spider and he's just hanging up in the corner, I ain't gonna bother him. I can't even reach him. He can stay there as long as he wants. But if he comes down here and decides that he wants to set up camp in my peripheral area, no. No, you're getting evicted, son. You're getting booted. You ain't allowed here. That corner of the room, that's free real estate. I can't do anything up there, so you can have it. But if you come down here, I ain't having it. You're going. You're leaving. You're moving. You're going somewhere else, alright? But you're not staying here. Christmas Cherno. I don't mind most bugs. Some of them bother me more than others. Kind of sad. That's what decides their fate. This is my relaxation spot. Please leave. Okay. Not you. I mean, wouldn't you rather, like, a spider hang out in the corner of your room than a mouse hang out in your walls? I think I would rather the spider. Because the spider, he's just hanging out. The rat, that rat's getting all kinds of shenanigans that I can't see. I hate that rat. I want that rat removed. Oh yeah. Appa. 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 Well, yeah, I'm out front and she has been cleaning house. Wow. She's just got an answer for every she's got an answer for every Pokemon, dude. Ants are awful. Ants piss me off. I haven't had ants in a long time, though. But they piss me off. They just be looking for shit. And I'm just like, go away. Get out of here. There's nothing here for you. See, if you just leave ants alone and you don't have anything for them to find, then they'll go away on their own. That's pretty good. Well, I guess we're going further down. But when I see them, I get so fucking angry. Where are we? Maybe you should try actually swimming. No, I'm good. I'm riding on the back of my turtle. Power bomb. Would you live with a fairy? I think it would depend on which fairy. Would you live with a fairy who just causes nothing but messes and destruction? What if it was Daiose? I would live with Daiose. Daiose seems like a very responsible young lady. She would not make a mess or be loud. That's great. I wouldn't live with Chirno. Chirno would freeze me and other things that I care about. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, you little bastard? And then I'd have to assault her. I would have to assault her, and then we would get into a fight, and then I would lose an arm to frostbite. I can't be having that, man. Murasa. Actually, I'm gonna go into Shizuha for this one. Welcome to my humble abode. If you live with Chirna, you could never have a pet frog. Never. And that's just not worth it. That's not worth it. Should be great to have in summer, but in the wintertime, you'd probably want to shove her in a box. You got lucky. That reminds me of Aku's article. Aku's article on fairies say that they range from like child size to fit in your palm, which I think is pretty neat. So, even though we've never seen one, according to Aku, fairies in Touhou can be the size of traditional fairies, where they are just their palm size. They can fit on the top of your palm. Itty bitty creatures, but all the fairies that we know they're small, but they're not like that small. They're not like Tinkerbell small. Technical Suika. I wonder who the smallest fairy is. I wonder who the smallest fairy is. Character heights aren't really a thing that are explored too much. Most character heights are established by fandom based on personality. Exum Wriggle. Although there are some characters who are described as being small. Like, the fairies are an obvious one. Not Sakuya. Sorry, I was gonna say the Scarlets. Vermilia is often called... her height and her demeanor are often called into perception. I am small. I mean, look at Marissa, right? Somehow Marissa ended up as one of the shortest characters in the entire series. I'm not even really sure how that happened, but it did. She is itty bitty. She's like barely bigger than a fairy. She compensates with her giant hat. Tenshi's short. Yeah, that's canonical as well. Mamizo makes a comment on it in 15.5 when she runs into her. She calls it a little shorty. Also, the fact that Tenshi is standing on a keystone, which is what makes her like the same height as other fighters, is her plus the rock. So she is itty bitty. She doesn't seem to be very have much of a complex about that, I've noticed. Tenshi's a very proud character, but like she doesn't seem to really regard her height as something to be ashamed of. Not that she's proud of it, but like she doesn't really care. It's just not relevant to her at all. That was fun. More fun than just waiting for my sis. Well, where is she? This cave is being blocked off. We're cleaning up a cave-in. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Why are there so many fucking areas in this game? They're just like, oh, we're sorry. Please come back never. Like, look how far away from the beaten path I am. And there's some asshole there. It's like, remember me when you can access unique areas. At least there's reason to explore. But, like, damn you! Huh? Good afternoon, I'm from the Society of Cosplayers. The nurse. The nurse outfit. Miasma types. Cool. Max revive. Zinku. Yes. Hikari Ko's not real. That's just a made-up name given to a mid-boss who doesn't have a name. Her name is also just Light Girl. Hikari is light. And then Ko is a suffix that's added to make names like feminine names. So her name is just Light Girl. Most of them are like that. There's Norioko, which is Curse Girl. And then there's Matenshi, who is Matenshi. Tokiko, Bird Girl. Oh no. It's simple. Yuyuko. Junko. There's a surprising number of names that just end in ko because it just makes names. It makes names. If you want a male equivalent, you got Suke. Suke is a male-based one. So Rinosuke, you have that. There's more than just those two, of course, but like these are common kind of like additions to make a name more like male or female. Suke. Shoko. Byakko. Taro. Yeah, like Ken Taro. That's like Taro, Maru, Suke. Those are male-based ones. I don't know any real female ones aside from, okay. Aside from Ko. There's probably some other ones, but I couldn't tell you. Hime? I don't know about that one. Do you know characters that have Hime at the end of their name that aren't Touhou characters? I don't really. Alright. I'm not sure. Me. Like Satomi. Or Hisami. Yes. Very good. Kyoko. She's a dream type. She's weak to dark. Dark and something else that I have forgotten. guys sure have a lot of puppets, don't they? Crush. Alright. Ichirin? I don't know what Ichirin does. Well. Well. Okay, that's gonna do 0 damage. Reversal. Ha! Over here in English, we have John, Smith, McDonald. We got some powerhouse names. Am I right, boys? My full name is John Smith McDonald. First, middle, and last name. That must be really hard to search up on a list to find. John. What about John Jacob Jingleheider Schmidt? You're never gonna fucking believe this. I got the King's Rock flinch. Wow. The key pronunciation of Princess Kanji seems to be more common for a name suffix. So that's what we were talking about earlier, right? No, we're talking about me, not ki. Saki, that's a name. Maki, that's a name. Eiki, that's a name. Shinki, that's a name. Satsuki, that's not real. Fake. Oh, yeah. Technical Yamame. That's me. How come my yam doesn't hang upside down in the back sprite? I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Fire breather. Nothing is real. Momi. Sunny Milk. That's not a name. That's not a name. Star is kind of a name. Luna's kind of a name. Sunny Milk is not a name. Lily is a name. Cherno is not a name. Futo. I think you're water fire, right? I'm staying in. Lily White, no relation to Walter. Ha 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 ha. You think a kid in this world is named Cherno? Isn't there a kid named Optimus Prime? Isn't there a kid named Dovahkiin? Something tells me that some children are doomed from the start. $48. Alright. Volcanion is the only fire water type. You know, I forget its name. The pepper guy from Gen 9. He's the only grass fire type. Volcarona and Larvesta are the only bug fire type. That's not true actually. That's not true. Centiscorch exists. I forgot about him. As soon as I started saying it, I was like, wait, no, there's the Gen 8 fucking centipede. That's the same type. Scoville, and yeah, that's his name. I couldn't remember his fucking name. That thing got a shitty mega. But it got a really stupid ability. But it has a shitty mega. Grass Fire. It's actually a pretty cool type. Because it's a type that benefits from Sunny Day in both ways. It has access to Chlorophyll. And it has access to Stab Fire moves. So it gets the best of both worlds for Sunny Day. Rage Powder's great. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't have uses, but I am saying that it's a pretty shit mega. It's unfortunate. Its ability is just like fucking, haha, you're burned, asshole. There's a lot of megas that are competing for that mega spot, so you need to be able to do something very good to have it. It's nice to see, actually, that... Oh. It's actually really nice to see, but Mega Meganium is a pretty solid Pokemon. After 30 years of Meganium sucking shit. Finally. Nice. Yokai guards the border between the real world and the dream world. Get in the box. Its stats are decent, I think. I don't actually know what its stats are. It's got... I'm pretty sure it's part fairy type. And it's got the Mega Soul ability, which is really cool. Want to join the fairy catching contest. But it's closed. I wanted a chair now! Due to the national park getting ready for an update, we have decided to shut down fairy catching contest for the time being. Caught my first Monica about 10 years ago. Ah, the memories. Relaxation Square, National Park. Okay. I am music. They shut down the fairies! I have 2 Quick Claws now. 2. Count them. My Bonica are simply darling! Mega for Alligator's got a cool ability too, yeah. Draconize. I don't follow Champions meta. I don't know what's going on with it, like, at all, but... Emboar got the shit end of the stick. Emboar got the, you're Gen 5, so we don't like you treatment. 115 defense, 143 base special defense and special attack. Oh no, 115 base special defense, 143 special attack. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Incineroar fell off. How? Is it because of Sneasler? I have to assume the reason why Incineroar would fall off is because something new in the game is causing that. Which means some kind of Mega has overtaken... Either overtaken its role or just completely shit stomps it when it shows up. Why is there... Oh, that's probably a cosplayer. Sneasler, Gambit, and Milotic. Really? He's 8th most, so fall off is an overstatement. It's not an overstatement when he's the #1 Pokemon in the meta, and has been since, like, he gained Intimidate. Him not being #1 in doubles, when he's been #1 in doubles for, like, the last 8 years, is a pretty big fucking deal. He got outclassed, outperformed, outplayed. There's other stupider things than him. He plays an honest man's game. That's the problem. You know what he's going to do. You're not worried about it. You're used to it. He's playing honest. Then you have Sneasler and Basculegion. And they come in and they don't play by the rules. Okay, let's just fucking explode because you missed a high jump kick. My child will not click Dire Claw in a disadvantageous matchup fishing for a sleep. 30% is a 1 in 3, basically. 1 in 3 chance to just win. Don't try to play around it, just go for it. Whatever, I'm staying in. I don't remember what type you are, but I don't think it matters. Wow, you're sturdier than expected. Eh? 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 Indeed. What the fuck was that about? Great. Well, now I'm dying. Lily! You can still catch fairies. I like how the wild Pokemon in Gen 2 differ based on whether or not you're in the bug catching contest. Like, for some reason, if there's no bug catching contest going on, every Scyther in the entire park just fucking disappears. But when the bug catching contest is going on, it's like they come out. They're just like, yeah, let's get caught by some assholes. But streamer, when there's no bug catching contest, you can catch a Sunkern. Yeah, I guess you can. You're right. Isn't it crazy how in the bug catching contest you cannot catch any Gen 2 bugs? There's no Ladybug, there's no Spinarak, there's no Yanma, there's no Heracross. What is that about? Huh? What is that about? No, you can catch Caterpie and Wheel and Metapod and Kakuna and Beedrill and Butterfree and Paris and Pinsir and Scyther. And I'm sure I'm missing another one. I'm not playing games with Aya. That's Gen 2 in general. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense, dude. It's Gen 2 and they put all those Gen 2 Pokemon elsewhere. Like, what's even the point of not having Ladybug and Spinarak in there? Because Ladybug and Spinarak, they're already like in the earlier routes anyway. You lose nothing by having them there. Oh, I'll just click Heartbreak. I think the philosophy behind it was they really wanted people to explore and find the new Pokemon. And they kind of went a little too hard on the secrets, I suppose. So a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon are just not really present unless you really go out of your way to find them. But they're not very good either. Why are they not very good? Well, you know, they put like Mischievous. They made one ghost type for Gen 2 and they put it in the last area of the game with Larvitar, the pseudo-legendary of the generation. Yanma sucks. There are 50 kinds of TMs. Yep. I really think it's just a matter of wanting people to really, like, I don't know. They really wanted people to explore and find new Pokemon. Maybe Gen 2 was more about discovering Pokemon than it was about raising Pokemon or battling Pokemon. But who knows? I don't think Hitmontop is a very clear, like, explanation on how to get one. Does anywhere in the game tell you how to get a Hitmontop, or do you just have to get that information from an outside source? Because I know I got my information on that motherfucker from, like, Pokemon Stadium 2. Tyrogue evolves into one of 3 based on how its attack and defense stats are by the time it evolves. Great. Thunder. You... I was gonna say, how are you faster than me? Because my brain was reading that as extra sensory, not extreme speed. Okay. Do it again. Quillfish. I love Quillfish. Does anybody in the game have a Quillfish to show you that there is a Quillfish? No. No. There are no Quillfishes. It's mail I got from my daughter. It cheers me up. That's nice. Alright. Full heal. Tyrogue's kind of a piece of shit, but Tyrogue is much more preferable than fucking Cleffa or Igglybuff or Pichu. I usually prefer the Odd Egg to be Magby or Elekid because I think that's better. Society of Cosplays, the Stewardess. Thick fur. Okay. PP Max. Maximum PP. Okay. We've almost cleared out. The Odd Egg was cool. I mean, it kind of blew, but it was cool. It's fun in randomizers because there's so many different options you can get from it. And they have the same, like... They still have the shiny stuff to them. I'm pretty sure the way the Odd Egg rolls its IVs. Because in Gen 2, the reason why that thing had such a massive fucking chance of getting a shiny was because of the way it calculated DVs. But I'm pretty sure if the Pokemon that comes out of the Odd Egg isn't shiny, it means its DVs are absolutely, like, dog shit. I know that in Gen 2, gender was also determined by DVs. So it's interesting how many things were, like, how many things were related to that. Like, a female Pokemon could not have a max DV and, like, attack. It wasn't allowed. If you had max attack DV, you were a male. And then they changed the DV system into IVs in Gen 3. And it's been downhill ever since. Ha 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 ha. Let's go mailing. IVs kinda stink. I regret switching into mailing. Okay. I didn't earn this victory. I just double flinched her. I just double flinched her with high jump kick. Those were 2 10% chances. Wow. Double EXP disease. What's that? What's double EXP disease? I know of Pokerus. Pokerus is Gen 3 and it's double EVs. Sculpture. Huh. Mailing, you gotta stop missing. It's a 90% chance to hit. You can't miss it that many times. Defense Patchouli sits in a chair. The Pokerus exists in Gen 2? I don't recall it existing in Gen 2. Figured you were water type. If it does, then it did something different, because it increases EV gain. Doubles EV gain. Aeroblast. Didn't even feel it. She electric water. Or I guess wind water. Patchy's got the elements on lock. Oh, yes. One more guy. One more guy. Player first encounters the virus in one of Gen 2 games. Pokemon Center lady at the Pokemon Center makes note of the Pokemon first healed after contracting it, saying there are tiny life forms on the Pokemon. Leaving the Pokemon Center President Elm will call the player to tell them that the virus has no effect and will wear off. You do get the Pokerus information from the center, yeah, that's how you learn about it. The Nurse Joy will tell you your Pokemon has been infected by Pokerus, and then they tell you that it won't harm them and it will actually be beneficial to their growth. But that comes from an NPC that you are used to mashing the shit out of the button for, so you don't actually read anything she's saying. And that's the NPC who tells you if you got Pokerus. I never got Pokerus in Gen 3. Pokerus was apparently a rarer chance than a shiny. So I never got it. I got it in Gen 4. And then it just kind of became something very common. Like I always kind of had Mons in the box that had it, so I could always have it. Because the way it works is after a certain amount of time, they can't spread it anymore, but they are permanently affected by it. So they always get the EV stuff, but it doesn't matter at a certain point. But if you put them in a box when they have it, it like time stops them, so you don't lose it. It's not strictly necessary, but it's extremely convenient for if you're, you know, EV training traditionally. It's not necessary anymore, all things considered, but yeah, it was certainly something back in the day. All right. Not bad at all. Alright, chat. I might grind Satori up just so I can use her in gym battles again, but she is very far behind. She's very far behind, everybody, so that'll take some time. I do have a Lucky Egg, at least, so I can speed that up. And I kept her attack move, but yeah. There you go. We made progress. We beat Bugsy. And we cleared the route up to Ecruteak, so now all we gotta do is beat Whitney and then continue the game. Hoorah.